embarrassing now. I can't open my fucking.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent. Delicious.
Scrum diddlyumptious is what you say when you eat somebody's scrum. If you don't know what that is, it's when you eat someone's butt.
Delicious.
I wonder who's the first person to like, because obviously people were eating ass before. They had to. You had to. Like if you ate pussy back you had to accidentally brush the back door. But I wonder who's the first person to like bring it out to like the mainstream.
The dinosaurs.
And was like, dude, you know what you need to try?
Dude, dogs still eat ass in public.
Well, yeah, dogs.
They just play it off as sniffing, but really they just eating ass. Everybody's just like, yeah, that's how they say hi. No, motherfucker. No. This bitch eating ass.
They do a sniff check first.
See if they're compatible. And if they're not, they rape them. Fucking dogs.
What happened? Oh, Super Bowl just happened. So that just happened. Chiefs won.
Yo.
NFL's rigged.
It was actually a pretty good game. No, it did look a little bit rigged one time.
Looked a little rigged.
But,
it was one of those plays where Mahomes, like, only gained 3 yards. So it should have been, like, 2nd and 8th, 2nd and 7th. And then it was 1st and 10 again. I was like, wait, what? There was no flag on the play, no nothing. They just basically got a little redo. So,
how?
Huh?
You said that was rigged?
No, I'm saying it's just little moments like that where you're like, that's a very odd mistake to make at the Super Bowl of all places.
Who made the mistake?
Whoever runs the Super Bowl, whoever runs the marquee and stuff, because they ran it like a 1st and 10 play. So it wasn't like the Chiefs were like, this is 2nd on 7 or whatever. It was.
What should it have been?
Second on the 7 with 7 yards left to the first down.
And instead it was
1st and 10. So they ran the first play, 1st and 10. Patrick Mahomes ran it out. He only gained about 3 yards, and he ran it out of bounds. And then they just started it right back from the 1st and 10 line. No flag, no nothing. And this was in the second half.
I feel like
it's just one of those, like, it's just a weird.
That's a big mistake, though.
That's a huge mistake.
I feel like that would be all over social media right now.
I mean, kind of is.
It is?
A little bit. It popped up on my feed this morning.
You lying.
I don't know. Not lying. I'll show you after, but I'm not lying. It was on there. I don't know why my feet are up.
That's like big rigged. The one that I saw was... It was also in the second half. It was, I think, close to the end. Hold on. I think this was in overtime already.
The new overtime rules kind of threw me for a fucking loop.
I never knew the original ones.
Well, originally it was like, you go into overtime, first team to score a point wins. It's literally next point wins. That's how overtime.
So you're just going. The winner of the coin toss is the winner.
Yeah, might as well, because that's essentially what it is. Because it's
because everybody.
And actually, they didn't even have a coin toss before for overtime. If I might be misremembering that. Because I stopped watching football.
Is it
for like
first one to
3-4
score
years.
a touchdown or first one to score any point?
Any point. Literally next point wins.
That is shit, because you know that like these kickers can kick from damn near the other side of the.
I mean, no team is going to risk that, because that is a huge risk to take. But
not from
now, you're basically literally starting a whole new. There's quarters in overtime. So it's like, if, for example, in the Super Bowl, 49ers score a field goal, they're up 3 points. And then if the Chiefs couldn't get a touchdown and they scored a field goal, right? There was like 6 minutes left or something. They would go into the second quarter of overtime, and then the third, and then
Yeah, but is it really a quarter? It's kind of just.
no. It's a quarter. They're playing the game. They're basically just playing the game all over again until somebody gets out ahead.
Yeah, but the quarters are irrelevant. What matters is possession. They each possess at one time, and then the game could just be over.
Yeah.
On whoever scores.
Yeah. I do think that's interesting. It adds a level of tactics, I guess, because it isn't just we want the ball first in overtime.
I feel like it would almost.
It'd
be better if you got the ball last.
Yeah, because you know what to expect.
Yeah,
and I think that's what some of the announcers were saying, right? Like Tony Romo and stuff, where it's like they were like, I understand why you would want to go first. Maybe your defense is tired. They were just in the last play or whatever before overtime. They're tired. You need to give them a break. But the biggest benefit is to be the team that has the second possession. Because we got to beat a field goal. Oh, we don't even have to beat a field goal. So all we need is a field goal to win.
Just knowing what you have to beat,
yeah,
I think is easy.
It's a massive advantage.
But the back to the fucking what I thought was rigged was pretty sure it was in overtime, and I'm pretty sure it was because when the Niners got possession of the ball first, that whole sequence just lasted forever. That they had possession of it forever. Yeah. Because what happened was they got up to third or fourth down and they went for it, as you should, and there was this like holding call on the defense. And everybody just thought that was it. Like a turnover, you lost. That was it. Go home. And all late there was this holding call, and they were like, "Yep, first down." I was like, "Bro,"
but they lost 5 yards.
That's just like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You would have just lost the game.
Yeah.
They were like, somebody's definitely pulling some strings here. Mm-hmm. And it was a very questionable holding call, too.
I will say I wanted the 49ers to win, but I knew the Chiefs were going to win. So that was like my answer. I had no skin in the game. I don't give a fuck about either team. Like, I don't care about either team. So, but yeah, I wanted the 49ers to win for my own sake of like, the NFL isn't rigged. But I was like, the Chiefs are going to win because
you think the
I'm
NFL
leaning towards that mentality of like, and the NFL is becoming more about entertainment rather than sport. Like I know it's sports entertainment, but it's leaning more in my mind of like the WWE like entertainment aspect of it. Like how are we going to draw in viewers? Like because for me it was like it makes sense, right? Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, and I'm not bad-mouthing Taylor Swift. I think Taylor Swift got a lot of hate for no reason. Just for, like, it's not her fault that the NFL kept showing her. There's a reason they kept doing it, is because it was bringing in money, because people were tuning in to see. But it was just an odd thing to me that is like, now the Chiefs are there, Taylor Swift is going to be here, so, like, let's hype up the Chiefs more. They kept talking about Travis Kelce. Like, I have never once heard about Travis Kelce so much since he started dating Taylor Swift. And I mean that from the NFL.
That makes sense.
Like the NFL was just constantly hawking that narrative. So it's become more entertainment, in my opinion.
It always was entertainment. Sports are entertainment.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I understand it's sport entertainment, but there was a time frame where I saw it as like, this is sports. It's entertaining, but it isn't entertainment in the way that it's like, it's narrative driven or it's manipulated in any way. It was just sports. These were top tier fucking athletes going at it, like just crashing into each other, causing head traumas. Now I see it and I'm like, all right, what's going to draw more money into the NFL? Which team?
I feel like if you saw every single play Travis Kelce ran, you'd be like, this is entertainment. I understand why this motherfucker is on the screen so much.
I saw his play. There was nothing.
Every single one on the Super Bowl. That was just justifiable. I was like, this guy should have got the ball more.
Yeah, but it was also so obvious that he was going to get the ball. Right before, so Patrick Mahomes did a pass to Travis Kelce. This is right before they kicked a field goal to tie it up for overtime. And it was the most blatantly obvious, like, you should not pass to Travis Kelce. It was a very blatantly obvious, like, give it to Travis so that he can have the Super Bowl winning touchdown. Because there was another player, and I forget his name, completely wide open.
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
Dead center of the end zone, completely wide open. And that's what I mean by, like, if I feel like there's, because they do have the speakers in their helmets and stuff, that it's like, make sure we get the ball, make sure, like, Travis gets
bro,
the fucking touchdown.
That's not
bro.
happening, bro.
Like,
That's excessive. It's a quarterback, bro. Like, you get tunnel vision.
I get that.
High pressure.
Yeah, I get that. I've played football before.
If
I know
this
that you
is
get
the football
tunnel vision.
if this is the touchdown to win the Super Bowl, this dude's got mad tunnel vision.
I don't know. Oh, well, speaking of tunnel vision, I also don't agree with the hate that Travis Kelce is getting right now for yelling at his coach.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, the comments were like, that's a red flag. That's an abusive guy right there. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Do you know what was on the line for these guys?
Especially
winning a Super Bowl.
No.
It's not just a ring. It isn't just a fucking, like, you get to go have it sets them up. It could potentially set them up for life. A lot of those players. You get sports deal. You get what's it called? Fucking
stuff.
Partnership deals with brand deals, right? It makes you 1,000 times more marketable to other teams if once your contract ends and you want to maybe go to a different team. It's a career thing to win the Super Bowl. That's why businesses will say shit like, this is our Super Bowl, because it's a huge deal. So it's like, yeah, of course tensions are heated. And to be fair, the call that the coach had made could have cost them the Super Bowl if it wasn't rigged.
I thought it was rigged against the Chiefs. I thought the NFL wanted the underdog to win.
I can see that too.
Because that was the only one that I saw that was questionable.
I mean,
You're saying it's rigged.
I don't
they
think
just straight up cheated.
So I don't think it's rigged to the point of like. I don't think it's rigged to the point of like, hey Panthers, make sure you guys lose this game or whatever, or hey Patriots, make sure you guys lose this game. I don't think it's rigged to that point. I think it's rigged in terms of like, certain calls are a little sketchy by the referees, which is whatever. Maybe mistakes are made, and rigged also to the point of like, what's more entertaining, right? Is Travis Kelce getting the ball for the Super Bowl touchdown more entertaining than this guy getting it? Yes. So let's try to set ourselves up to do this. Like,
That's not happening.
That's what I think is. It's more rigged towards the entertainment aspect rather than the sport of it. But I also do.
They get giving it to the little
about
guy.
Tunnel vision. I do know what you're saying about tunnel vision, and I do agree that very well could have been also the case.
They kept giving it to the little guy who kept fucking it up. And
What's his name? Hammered, something like that.
I don't know. And these fucking snaps were just all over the place too.
Dude, I saw that. Yeah, in the second half with the fucking snap, at least for the Chiefs, they were so low to the fucking ground. I was like, what the fuck is that guy doing, dude?
There was a lot of suspicious activity.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for a team that's already been to the Super Bowl. I don't know. Questionable.
Very questionable. Very, very questionable. And here's the sad part too, right? I was just talking about this yesterday. I was like, the sad part is both teams commission Super Bowl rings. They commission one, right, with their jeweler of choice or whatever, and they make them like the sample one.
K Jewelers.
Yeah. Well, it's probably It's probably Jared. They went to Jared's. They commission it and they get the one, and the coach has the one, and if they win, they'll. All right, shoot the fucking the order and order however many rings. But it's just sad to me to know that out there, every team that's ever gone to the Super Bowl that has lost has at least one. There's one Super Bowl ring that they'll never get to wear. That's just made.
You think they keep it?
Well, yeah, they pay for it.
Yeah, but you could just sell it back or scrap it.
I mean, yeah. I don't think that they hold on to it and like the coach holds on to it or whatever. But it's funny to me to think that it's funny and sad to me to think that right now, currently, today, there's probably a 49ers Super Bowl ring
In existence.
in existence out there
For this
Super Bowl. That's just like the coach or the GM or somebody's gonna look at it and just be like, almost had it. So close.
He's like that scene from the Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy's dad's like, and this is where I put my Super Bowl ring. If I had one.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it's like. Have you seen? I'm gonna change gears here, but have you seen the movie Moneyball?
Yeah, I saw it just recently too.
What do you think of the movie?
I love Moneyball.
Dude, Moneyball is such a good fucking movie. It's so good. It reinvigorated my because I don't love baseball, but my like for baseball. Like I really like watching it live in person. On TV, it's kind of boring to me. Same with golf. I like watching it in person.
Sports?
What?
You're talking about watching the sports on TV?
Watching the sport, yeah. Watching the sport baseball happen on TV. For me, for whatever reason, it's not. I'm not like.
Yeah, most sports is
I'm
like
not in
that
it.
for me. If it's not an important game, I'll get bored of watching it on TV.
Yeah. But I was thinking about it and I was like, man, is there a movie equivalent to Moneyball about football, right? Because Moneyball is essentially like, hey, let's rethink how we play the game, right? Let's do it more analytical as opposed to how the old timers were doing it, where it's like, well, I mean, this guy looks good, throws good, he's got a good girl on his arm.
Yeah, bro. Some of the shit they were using to judge character, he was like, he's got an ugly girlfriend. It's like, what the fuck does he have to do it? That means he's got no confidence.
Yeah, it means he's got no confidence out there. It means no confidence on the field.
Yeah, like, dog,
What?
this guy can hit 450 dead center. I don't think it matters what his girlfriend looks like.
What if he just?
If anything,
What
that
if he
means
just loves her?
he's a loyal guy or he's a good person.
Yeah, or small peepee, little penis. Either way,
Which
it
means-
does not equate.
Which
to-
means he's got nothing to lose when we pump him full of steroids.
Yeah, exactly. But I wonder if there is, and if there isn't, if there ever will be a movie like that about football. Because I think football translates almost the same.
I think there's more football movies, so there's probably one out there.
Yeah, but all the football movies are like the underdog. That's every football movie. The underdog.
Not The Longest Yard.
They were the underdogs. They were the prisoners. They had no football experience.
That's true.
They were the underdogs.
They're all underdog movies.
And even well, I'm assuming you're talking about the remake, right, with Adam Sandler. In that film, he even says you guys need a tune-up game, a bunch of people that can't play the game that you guys can just kick the shit out of, and fucking hype your team up for a real game. They were the underdogs. Every football movie is about the underdog. For once, I want to see a football movie about like the beast team that's just dominating the sport,
annihilating the underdogs.
Yeah, just fucking ruining. And the twists in those movies are never good because it's very obvious, like anything. The underdog wins or loses, but when they lose, it's always like they were so close. But we put in a good fight. Like I just want to see them get obliterated.
That's how Moneyball was with the A's being the underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're always the underdogs, but
that was based on real stuff, though, right?
they lost too. They lost that season.
Yeah.
But then shortly after, it was like Billy Bean and the A's went on to win. So you know they got all these wins and broke the record or whatever.
Yeah. What are they, 20 straight wins or something? The A's were actually just in the news recently. I don't remember what for. It was something to do with their stadium. I don't remember. I think it was. Are they moving their stadium to Vegas? Do you know? I think that's probably.
They got bought by Vegas.
Oh, okay. So
they're no longer the Oakland A's. They're the Las Vegas Athletics.
Nice. Good. They had to get the fuck out of Oakland.
Maybe that'll do.
Maybe
That'll fix it.
Maybe. I really want to go to a World Series game. I feel like that's just one of those things that every American needs to do. I
think if you just go to like a big rivalry game or just a high stakes game, period, you'll get the vibe you're looking for.
Yeah. I think that's like in my opinion, I think World Series, Super Bowl are like the two things that every
Super Bowl is a
person
lot harder
should
because it's
experience.
just one game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the games leading up to it, you got a better chance.
One of these days.
But if you go into a fucking baseball game with 2 rinky-dink teams in the dead of summer at a 3:00 Sunday game, you'd be lucky if they even selling beer.
Good. They're not even selling the whole hot dog. It's just the buns. It's
It's like the leftovers from the good game. Just go ahead and take them. We're just gonna toss them.
Yeah, it's stale buns. Rip out the green part.
We'll pay you to
bun.
take our trash out.
Yeah. I like local games too. Like local baseball games.
Yeah, I used to go to the
I
Missions
fucking love
game.
those. They're so much fun.
They would be a lot better if they were good and progressed a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, they are pretty slow. But for whatever reason, I enjoy it. It's just so much fun to see. I want to watch a Bananas game too.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know what the closest city that has a team that plays against them is. I think it's Houston.
We'll take a day trip. It'll be an episode.
Even some high level high school games, like once varsity, like you start figuring out who's making it and who's not. You go to those games that determine.
When you say who's making it and who's not, do you mean like who's
making it to the next level, like state or district or whatever?
Okay, gotcha.
They get really good. They get real packed. Concessions are popping.
You might know this. You might know the answer to this question. But do recruiters for the minor and major leagues follow high school players? Like,
yeah, if they show potential, yeah.
Wow.
There's no limit.
I didn't know that. Like I assumed it, and you see it. Like I think in Moneyball, I think they even mentioned how they were following Billy Bean's career since he was in high school. But it's kind of one of those like, is that a common occurrence, or is that just like a unique instance of like, man, this one varsity baseball player or even football players like really got some potential?
They'll probably follow it like once individual teams make it to a high level, like high level tournament.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, these are the teams, but out of these teams, these players stand out. These players have potential to get drafted immediately.
I just realized I didn't mention the NBA or basketball when I was talking about the things every American should experience, right? Like a World Series game and a Super Bowl game. I personally just don't give a shit about basketball.
Same.
I don't give a fuck about it. I don't watch it. Whenever somebody's like, I can't even fucking pantomime and pretend to know or make fun of somebody that enjoys it because I don't watch it. That's how much I don't.
I'd rather go
give a
watch
fuck
like
about
a street pickup basketball game with like a lot of people than.
Also, I don't know the rules to basketball, by the way. So I just never cared enough to learn them. If you ask me how many people per team are supposed to be on the court, I have no idea. 5 maybe?
Oh, yeah, that'd be my guess. 5 and 5.
That's an educated guess. And educated, I'm using that word very loosely here because I have no fucking idea. I'll watch basketball movies like Coach Carter. I'll watch that. But even then, I'm not like following the movie and like trying to like. It's not because I enjoy basketball. It's because I like Samuel L. Jackson. Like it's you know what I mean. So like I don't give a fuck about basketball. I would be interested in going to a game, like a Spurs game or whatever, something here close by.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not willing to travel for it.
I don't know that I've ever been to an NBA game.
I've never been to one. We should go to a WNBA game.
What if those are popping?
That's what we should do. We should go to one.
They're like, no, only women allowed.
And then it's empty because women don't support women, which is true. Fucking sue me. Ugh, excuse me.
I saw the Mighty Ducks.
I fuck with hockey.
Hockey is good at any level.
I do fuck with hockey.
Even fucking kids.
But I don't follow hockey.
Nope.
I don't follow it. But if it's on, I'll watch it. I'll watch about a minute or two of it. And if you were like, hey man, I got these fucking hockey tickets, even if it was like it's just high school hockey, we're going. We're gonna go watch some fucking hockey. It's fun to watch.
Yep.
I remember, and you might remember this. I think we were in elementary school, like 5th grade. We went on a field trip to watch the Laredo Bucks. Do you remember this? They like took us like once the what's it called? A match? Is it a match?
Sure.
Sure. Once the match was over, they like took us down. We got to like feel the ice, meet a couple players. Some kids bought jerseys. I didn't. I was poor.
Those are expensive.
Yeah. Dude, I wish I had a Laredo.
I might have got like a
jersey.
Bought like a puck or one of those little sticks or something.
Oh yeah, the little tiny hockey sticks that they had. Yeah. I remember they threw a couple pucks out towards the field trippers, and I didn't get one. The kid next to me got
That's
one.
dangerous, bro. Those things are dense.
Yeah, well, I got to. That was I never have touched a hockey puck since it, but like I got to touch that, and I remember being like, "This fucking thing is heavy."
You knock somebody out.
Yeah, this is fucking dangerous, dude. Now I'm hyped, and I kind of want to go see hockey again.
Yeah.
But I've also always wanted a jersey, like a sports jersey of almost any sort.
Bro, the missions.
Just never had. I've never had one.
The missions always, not always, very often, they'll give away jerseys if you show up. Like,
who?
The missions, the local baseball team.
Oh, say less, dude. I'll go.
They run out though. They'd be like the first 2,000 customers.
2,000.
Yeah. They run out fat. They will run out before the game starts.
Damn.
We had to show up. I was trying to show up an hour early. We ended up showing up like 30 minutes early, and we managed to get 3.
Nice.
They were just about to run out though.
You got to tell me when those games happen. I would love to go to one of those.
We got one jersey, and then I saw, like, just the next week they had like free military jersey. Same thing. They out there. They're not great quality, but they are jerseys.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the quality of them. I've always, like, since I was like in high school, and we would have those very random, like Jersey Day or whatever, or even when I got out of the Marine Corps and I entered the civilian workforce, they would have things like that, like, hey, Friday's fucking Jersey Day during playoffs or whatever, and I'm an adult now. I could totally go out and buy one, but I was always just like, I've never had one. I'm not gonna go.
Let's go buy some jerseys.
I'm down to do
They're
it.
kind of expensive.
That's fine.
We'll go somewhere knockoff and buy jerseys.
Yeah, that's fine too. Like, I know.
What would you buy though?
Here's my fucking luck. Here's my luck. I say this. I've always wanted a jersey. Blah blah. I've never had one, and then somebody's gonna be like, "Oh man, you know what? Let's fuck with that guy. Let's get him a basketball jersey." And then it's gonna be my first jersey. Is gonna be a fucking basketball jersey. And if you do, and if I do ever were to get a basketball jersey, it would be for the Denver Nuggets. Just because I like Nuggets. Like
just that.
Just
Nuggets.
that. And Denver, Colorado's cool shit.
You could probably get one like on fucking Temu that says just Nuggets.
McDonald's jersey.
McNuggets.
The McNuggets jersey. Dude, let's do it. I'm down. I'm down to go get a jersey. We'll end this podcast right now and go get jerseys.
I have a few, but they're just like the ones that I use to play with.
I want to get more into sports the way that, like, I don't want to be fanatical. But like for example, while I was in the Marine Corps, active duty, not the reserve side, I got super into football. More like, I've always enjoyed it and I'll watch the games. But while I was active duty, I got so into it to the point where I was like looking up statistics and like following news on players, like, oh man, this guy's out fucking partying, and okay, this is probably what like I was deep into it. I was playing fantasy football, like I was fanatical. I don't want to get to that point because it's a little. I just didn't enjoy that, but I do want to get back into sports in general to like just know what's going on, just to keep up. If someone brings up a player, I want to know what team they're on.
At least.
Yeah, at the bare minimum. Like 3 weeks, or not 3 weeks ago. What am I saying?
If somebody brings up players that I don't know.
If last week you were like, hey, who are the teams that are going to the Super Bowl? I wouldn't have been able to answer that.
I would have said at least the Chiefs.
Yeah, I would have guessed that because I've seen the memes and stuff. But I would have been like, but I don't know who they're playing against. And if you told me guess, I wouldn't have guessed the 49ers. I would have been like, the Dolphins maybe? Like an idiot. like a fucking idiot. So I do want to be able to get back into it. I just don't. I don't have friends.
Whenever
I
somebody,
think that's what it is. I don't have people around me that are into it.
whenever somebody brings up a team that I don't know anything about or a specific player that I don't know, I'll just hit them with the, oh, no, man, I don't watch soccer. And this completely discourages them from continuing the conversation.
It's like, soccer's actually good to watch, though. I feel like soccer's boring in person, but like semi-interesting on the TV. That's not true. Soccer games are fun. Video games. I think that's about the extent of that.
Some FIFA.
Dude, I don't know shit about soccer either. I don't know how many players go out on the pitch. I don't know anything. The only reason I said pitch and not field is because I watched Ted Lasso. I'm assuming that's what it's called for all soccer players. I don't know. Maybe it's just across the pond. But
I call everything a field.
yeah, because it's a fucking field. But anyway, like I don't know the positions of soccer. I don't know the plays. I don't know anything about it, and I never have. But while I was deployed, some guys had a little like transport case with a TV on it, and they had their game system on there. I had one too, and they were playing FIFA. I've never played a soccer game in my life, and it was just pure Mexican talent to know exactly how to play that game and how best to play it.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, I was like, dude, just pass it, just keep passing it.
Yeah.
Relentless passing until you get close enough to take a shot.
Soccer is easy on all accounts, except
I don't think it's easy to actually play though.
No, you gotta have like wicked stamina.
Yeah. I think the theory of soccer is easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teaching it to a kid.
Yeah.
It's only 4 positions: goalie,
Really?
defense,
Forwards?
midfields, yeah, and forward. The attacker, the offender,
I guessed on that one.
sexual offender. And they're pretty easy to explain what they do.
I think I'm gonna change it. I think prisons should have sports teams
At least soccer.
and football.
The offenders.
They should have a football team.
No, too many people will get hurt.
No, fuck it. Fuck.
They gotta pay for that.
I would watch people get hurt playing soccer.
Fake hurt.
I mean,
They're just
no. I
flopped.
mean, soccer players get fake hurt. Prison soccer players will get real hurt.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers kicking the shit out of shins. But like, I think they should. I think that would be really. I think 1, revolutionary. 2, that would bring in so much money. If you televised it, and you were like, these are your local prisoners, versus like the local team made it all the way to the prison Super Bowl, and they're playing against the fucking high max, like the high security fucking prisons. Like I was about to say Guantanamo,
The
but that's
winner
not.
of all the prisons gets like a wild card into the actual Super Bowl.
I would watch it. I would be so invested. If they had a prison basketball team, I still wouldn't watch. But it'd be interesting.
A prison WNBA.
Somehow I feel like that would get more viewers than the actual WNBA. Wait, you're telling me that you wouldn't watch prisoners play sports? I would. I think it would be so cool. And it's like, oh, you know what? And if you win the prison Super Bowl, you get the wild card. You get to go to you get to play against NFL teams for a chance to play at the NFL Super Bowl. And if your team wins that Super Bowl, we take 20 years off your fucking sentence,
20
bro.
years?
20 years. Well, that's a lot of games, dude. You got to add it up. A lot of games, a lot of practice.
You saw how hard it was, even in just a movie, to keep these hooligans from acting up.
Yeah, but
Imagine you bring a whole
look, we
team
can't
of them.
exactly suicide squad these people, right? We can't be like, hey, you're gonna go do some covert missions. But we could we could Super Bowl them a little bit and be like, hey, or even 10 years. I think a 10-year incentive is great. Anything less than that, and I don't think anybody
to
would
win
play.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead. They're not gonna win.
No, they're not gonna. But
They're
what
not
a
gonna
great,
make
but
it.
what a great fucking. I would tune into every game. You're gonna see kids running around with prisoners' jerseys. Like, this is my favorite football player.
The prisoners.
Yeah. He's in Pelican Bay. It's my favorite one. He's in there for a triple homicide. Great tight end though. It would be a blast to watch. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you could do like a contact sport like that in prison. Just back to the same thing.
What would you watch him play tennis?
You're just doing it for morale, really. And really, fuck the morale.
Well, yes and no, right? Because if the morale in prison is completely shot, then you have riots and more murders and stuff. It's not good to have no morale for prisoners. That's why you got to give them fucking libraries and
yeah. I don't think the solution is to give them televised sports.
like why is Joe Exotic, who's in prison, posting on Instagram? It's for his morale, so he doesn't go around butt fucking everybody. I'm assuming that's what it is to prevent.
The good thing in prison is it's a lot easier to keep them in check. You want to go butt fucking people? Go butt fuck the sand.
I say we start low.
We start killing people.
We do the private prisons first. Get them to do some football teams. And we do like in high school. We do it like in high school. You're only playing in the state against other private prisons. Like, oh shit, we took state, guys. In your prison. Back to your cell, prisoner. Like, and see how it works. I think it would pay off. I think it would be great.
Maybe in like the super long run, but just even getting started, the logistics is a nightmare.
And also, let's have prisoner drafts. Start drafting prisoners.
Bring a prisoner from another state. Their family's just like, no.
He's like, I'm trying to get the prison Super Bowl ring that I won't be allowed to wear until I'm out of prison.
It's just like shackles, but it says Super Bowl on it.
Yeah, dude. This is $1 million idea. At minimum,
it's gonna cost them $1 million.
We don't gotta get them stadiums
to fund them the equipment, some sort of field, and then all the medical bills.
All donations.
Nobody's gonna donate to prisons, bro.
People donate to prisons already.
They don't. Nobody donates to prisons.
Yeah, people. Yes, they do. Church groups especially donate to prisons. And if you pitch this as reform, prisoner reform, right? We're teaching these prisoners to work as a team, to listen to others. Like, dude, you can. People will donate. I'll donate. I'll send them a pad. One pad. That's it. That's all I can afford.
You get uniforms or you get equipment, but it's going to cost them too much in medical. Who's going to pay for that?
We already do pay for it.
I know, and they're not going to allow that. It's already too much.
Who's they?
What?
You said they're not going to allow that.
Whoever's paying for it right now.
We're paying for it right now.
Yeah.
You and I are paying for it.
There's going to be a fucking riot over here.
I don't think so.
That's a lot.
I think, look, we as a people are pretty divided, but also when it comes to things we don't like in a mass amount.
We don't like paying money.
We don't like paying money. We don't like paying money for, illegal immigrants to be entering. We still do it.
And that's why there's shit.
Are you going to stop paying your taxes?
That's why there's shit going down.
Yeah, but nobody's going to stop paying their taxes. There's no control over it. And there's no like unison of it, of like everyone being like, we're done paying the taxes until you stop fucking doing this, because we don't have that power. So we're not gonna not pay taxes because
I know that's
prisoners'
not
medical
the
bills
solution.
are. And also, prisons it's billions of dollars. They'll be fine.
They make money.
Prisons make money, yeah.
Off what?
So they get funding from, depending on the type of prison, but they get funding from the state. They get funding from the government.
It's not making money. That's
they
like
make a fuck
that's
ton
like
of money.
the minimum standard to keep these fuckers alive.
No. They make money. They genuinely do make a shit ton, especially private prisons. They make a fuck ton of money.
I don't know about a fuck ton.
They make a fuck ton of money. It's a very profitable business to be in.
I think this is one of those things where you're just making shit up.
Oh, where's my phone? Let me show you.
In any case, if people find out that we have to pay more taxes, because that money's going to run out, and we're not just going to keep funding medical bills infinitely. They're going to have to raise taxes so that prisoners can have fun. That's just not going to happen.
Oh, sorry, I was mistaken. Publicly owned prisons don't make money, but privately owned ones are the ones that do make money, and they get.
And the wardens are just rich.
Yeah. Well, maybe not the wardens, but the owner of the prison is. Yeah. Prison owner. But yeah, they're the ones they get paid by the state, by the government. They get grants, private funding, and then fuck, I just read it too.
But it's really going to come down to what the owner of it wants.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to want to pay for all the medical.
Well,
it's a great idea, but it's just never going to happen. If anything, it's got to be a low impact sport. And this is really just for morale,
and it wouldn't even be entertaining though if it's low impact.
It's not for making money. This is for morale. You're not going to make money off of it.
I think we can pitch it, and it'll be like how much does the NFL spend, or how much do NFL teams spend on medical?
I think you're going to be scared if you look it up.
I'm actually genuinely afraid to look that up. Right? Because what are we saying? Oh, if you tear a tendon, we'll take care of it, or
you're out of the team now.
You're out of the team now, and you're just going to go back to regular prison medical treatment.
And they're going to have to sign something that says you're fucked.
Yeah, you're doing this at your own risk.
And then you lose all your star players immediately.
This is a very
in the first practice because they have no self-control.
You know those movies where they're like movies like The Condemned and Gamer and stuff, where they're like, we take death row inmates and we put them against each other with firearms in this private island so that they can kill each other, and the winner fucking gets to go free. This is how that starts. Is what I've always wondered, like, man, how do they even convince? And I just realized that I'm the dickhead that's like, it would be so entertaining. That's how that ends up happening. It's one asshole that's like, fuck them. Who cares if they get hurt?
Well, this isn't just going to be death row inmates.
No, don't put death row. That's a terrible mistake. Yeah, don't put the death row inmates. Don't put the lifers, right? Don't put like the guy. Don't put the Jeffrey Dahmers in it. The guys that are like, I eat people. Don't
put the guy who has multiple life sentences to where 10-year reduction won't even matter.
Won't matter. Yeah. Do the guys that are in there like got a 20 to 25. Those guys with no possibility of parole.
You guys, if you win, you get parole. That's it.
Yeah, you'll get the possibility of parole.
Possibility.
Yeah, no, you're not guaranteed parole. But man, we'll think about it. We'll consider it. It's up for debate.
Every now and then, you gotta actually give it to one of them, or else they'll just be like, "It's not happening."
Got to give it to the team.
And then it's just like in The Longest Yard, you're gonna have that one snitch who's working with the prison. He's gonna die.
Fuck it. Then you're gonna have NFL players that go to jail for beating on their wives, and then they get drafted into the prison system football team. Immediately.
Get raped.
What? And then that player was just so good in the NFL that they carry their prison football team all the way to the NFL Super Bowl by winning the prison Super Bowl and going. And then that player's like, dude, this sucks. I've never won a Super Bowl with the NFL, but I did with the prisoners. I'd watch the shit out of that. Oh, dude, I would watch the living fuck out of that so hard. Like, I'd buy whatever subscription there was to watch.
Prison TV?
Prison TV. And I don't mean prison TV like 60 days in or fucking 90 days behind bars. That shit's gay.
Prison on the Spectrum?
That's not bad. What would make good, interesting
prison TV?
Prison TV.
Just like
reality TV that isn't like one that isn't already out there, and two that isn't that's invasive but isn't like we gotta we're doing a football team. Like there's got to be an aspect of prison that's probably
just
super fascinating.
unregulated live TV. Just put it on TikTok.
It's on 24 hours.
Yeah, just put it on TikTok since they don't give a shit.
Yeah, but every time they're gonna say the word rape, they just some voiceover comes on and says grape instead. It's just that is so stupid of TikTok. By the way, I hate that influencers and people do that. She was graped, dude. You're really minimizing what it is.
He unalived himself.
Yeah, it's like the dumbest. You're minimizing the fuck out of it. All for what? Monetization? Don't talk about this if you want to be monetized.
The pew pews and the freedom seeds.
Yeah. Yeah. He took his pew pew and then he unalived himself.
And there was
The
a lot
fuck
of
did you just say?
there was a lot of tomato sauce on the floor.
Yeah. So stupid. Anyways, what would be so you think unregulated, uncensored 24-hour broadcast of prison life?
Yeah, but you can like interact with it, like donate, and something happens.
Like send them gifts like a TikTok live?
You donate $1,000 and then somebody throws in a tear gas bomb. Like, I got him.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a good one. That's a good one. Do the riot controlled ball bearing grenades? That's 20 grand. I'd save up all year.
Yeah.
All year I'd save up just to.
And
I'm also a sick demented fuck. So
you
maybe
can
that's
like
what it
cycle
is.
through different cameras and then just choose a prisoner you don't like, and then you donate like 100.
Every prisoner's mic'd up.
You donate like 100, and then like some siren goes off to wake him up while he's sleeping.
Dude, what if we did
Just straight up torture.
24 hours, right? It's live, uncensored, unregulated. Sorry, not live. 24 hours, the prison and everything is being filmed and recorded for a whole year. And this includes the guards, the prisoners, everybody. But we don't tell any of them. And then at the end of the year, we release it on Netflix. Imagine how much corruption would be revealed if the guards have no clue.
Yeah.
They're being recorded. Everything. You're all secret. Every cell is mic'd up. Every angle is covered. Oh, that would be interesting. I would watch the shit out of that season.
That would ruin any leftover marriages.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Catching prison guards, mouth fucking people. Because it happens. I mean, it's got to happen.
That would be crazy.
That would be interesting. That's like, what's that fucking Jury Duty? Where everybody was in on it except for the one guy. He was the only non-actor in the whole thing, but this time in reverse. We have one actor in on it that has to go into the prison to maybe spice up the storylines a little bit.
He just gets raped the whole time.
The whole time. I mean, hey, it's a risk.
Like, get me out of here.
It's a risk he's willing to take.
It's a big risk.
I'd watch the shit out of
Big money.
that. What would we call it? What would it be called? It's got to be something catchy. That's like Netflix worthy.
The Office. The Prison.
Warden games. Assuming the warden's corrupted as fuck.
Warden won't know either.
Yeah, warden won't know. Nobody will know. It's just completely secret. We're not blurring faces.
We're not
Nothing.
blurring dicks.
Yeah, nothing. You're going to see it all. It is.
We're not blurring bleeding assholes.
We're going to zoom in. We're going to zoom in. How did we get here, by the way? I'm sorry. We were talking about the Super Bowl. Oh, fuck. Did I already say I would watch the shit out of that?
The shit coming out of it?
I would watch the shit coming out of that. I think that would be interesting. And then for season 2, Guess what? We were secretly doing this in a woman's prison too.
And now everybody's behaving well because.
Well, no. Season 2 was being filmed at the exact same time as season 1. But
Well, after the first one comes out, everybody.
Yeah, at that point, everyone's going to be on their best behavior.
Prison reform at an all-time high. All over the world.
Corruption at an all-time low.
The third one actually was being filmed in another country where they thought they weren't gonna get hit.
Which country?
I don't know.
It's got to be a good one. Like it can't be an obvious one where it's like a prison in fucking Zimbabwe, a prison in Iraq. Like obviously that's shitty. Like that's probably shitty. But it's got to be like a prison in somewhere else or somewhere in Europe. Another country that's also like first world.
Not Canada.
Not Canada.
They probably don't even have prisons. They just send them over here.
Yeah. Not Mexico, because that's obviously fucking. That they're not gonna care. You could tell them we're filming. They're like, we're not gonna change what we do. You want to follow? I'm gonna go mouth fuck this guy over here real quick. You want to follow along?
We're just gonna rob the cameras.
Yeah. What's a country that always shits on us? Australia.
That'd be cool, just to hear the accents.
Yeah.
Get them.
You know what they should do for the 4th season that was also being filmed simultaneously is at Leavenworth military prison.
I feel like they cycled through that a lot, like people who work there.
Well, yeah, because it's a duty station, so every 2 years for at minimum, it's at least every 2 years. It
wouldn't be as corrupt.
I mean, but the officers don't. Officers stay there for quite a while.
Not as long as like people.
Well, and they have civilian employees too. Actually,
get them
all. But it would still be interesting to watch just how shitty those guys get treated, because those guys get treated fucking terribly.
Yeah, I mean, if you go there, you probably deserved it.
Because it's like, not only is it prison, but it's like military prison with guys that definitely take their job way too serious. Because that not only is it I'm a prison guard, but it's you're a disgrace to the uniform I'm wearing, and that's just a whole nother. That's season 4, and that was also all of this is filmed simultaneously over the span of 1 year. Oh, well, it's over the span of 1 year, so all the staff would be the same anyways in the Leavenworth prison.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have established like corruption.
Maybe.
Allegedly.
Maybe. Because again, all of the guards and stuff that go there, they're on TAD orders unless that's their permanent duty station, in which case they can be there for up to 4 years. But even then, if it's TAD. That TAD is coming from a specific unit.
Actually, we need to have hidden cameras in like the barracks where the prison guards live.
Ooh.
All the barracks. Wait a minute.
Well, we also need to have for season 5, and you didn't see this one coming. You didn't know this was happening, and nobody knew this was happening. But guess what? We were also filming secretly in the White House. Not exactly. You're like, what? That's not a prison. Isn't it, though? Isn't it a little bit? Like, that's the warden a little bit?
That would be funny.
It's like the whole point of this show is just we like secretly recording things. Not inappropriate things. Not like Airbnb, they hit a camera in my shower things. Like corruption level things.
And season 6.
Is Guantanamo Bay still a thing?
Maybe. Season 6. You'll never see this one coming.
Okay, I'm in. I'm already hooked, by the way.
We were secretly videotaping a secret prison on the moon.
I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm
All
like,
the
this
prisoners,
is the best series.
It's not even enclosed. It's just literal prison cells, like the old-fashioned ones, and all the prisoners are in like suits.
Oh, they're in the suits. I thought they were just dead in their flow. Oh man, that would be good.
Hilarious.
God, that would be so fucking good. Oh, but we can't do it. We only have one camera.
Hmm.
Well, there goes
Well,
that
let's
idea.
just go to the moon.
Everyone ignore me. It's like when they do those TikToks of like it's always like a prank or something, or some guy's gonna secretly propose, like that fucking video of the guy that is proposing but he's hiding behind some boxes, and it's like, is the cameraman invisible? How is nobody seeing the camera guy? Just that would be us. Just put on our Harry Potter invisibility cloak.
You're just like really far with a big lens. But we don't do that.
Telescopic lens.
You just stand right in front of him, record, make him think that you're recording something else.
By the way, you didn't see this one coming. Season 7. Hidden cameras.
In here.
No, in heaven.
In heaven.
In heaven.
Oh,
and you're like,
heck.
heaven? There's no prisons in heaven. How do you know? Psych, it was hell the whole time. That was where the hidden cameras were. That was the big twist at the end of season 7, is that it was hell. We were secret. All the corruption is there.
Have you seen Lucifer?
Yeah, I love that show.
Well, you know how like when you're in hell, all that happens is you keep reliving your worst. That would be one of their things.
Is that you think you're in heaven the whole time, and then it's revealed to you that you're not?
Yeah, and then you just keep going through it, an endless loop.
I feel like I would be really shitty at running hell. Like I'd start to feel bad for some people. Because what sends you to hell? What's the bare minimum you can do that's like, lived a good life, but you did this one thing, like the tiniest thing possible.
You just get born and you don't get baptized, which isn't even up to you.
Oh, but you can get baptized later in life.
Yeah, but if you just do nothing and get born,
yeah.
like how many people got born before religion was even established that just went straight to hell, not even knowing why or how?
Just it's so hot in here. Oh, dude.
Also, does that apply to like miscarriages? Like at what point does heaven and hell acknowledge
it was out of this person's control? Like, at what point do they acknowledge that? Like,
at what point do they acknowledge that the baby is a person?
Oh, well, it depends. Is God Republican or Democrat?
That is the real question.
It really depends.
That's what we should be going off of.
Yeah.
God. If God said it's not a baby until it's out of the womb, then we can abort
them the day they're supposed to be delivered.
Hit him with the ejectocito.
Yeah. Oh, but then they're born. You gotta get rid of them.
You gotta.
Yeah. So what you do is you get that little. It's the same way you kill caged chickens. You get the air duster and you put it in there. Just get them.
You just put the mom on a jet, go really fast, and then eject her. She may or may not live, but the baby sure won't.
You go at 10 G's. You start banking right, and then you eject her.
You eject her at Mach 1.
Or, hear me out. Not only do you eject her, but you eject her upside down, and you leave her arms strapped. Might rip off her arms, or her whole torso, but the idea would be that she gets launched, and then because she's tied up, it pulls her back. Baby goes flying, almost like a ripcord.
I'll do you one better.
And by the way, that was season 8. You didn't see that one coming.
I'll do you one better. You flying?
Okay.
You go inverted.
Ooh.
You go.
You shoot them down
20 feet off the ground. Eject. Boom. Immediately.
Oh,
instant
my
death.
God.
But it's okay because the baby wasn't born yet.
Oh, fuck. I think I answered my own question. This is probably the most minimalist thing you can do, is just make really, really sour jokes. And then,
Well,
by the way, if you become aware, because in Lucifer they're not aware that they're in hell, right? But if you became aware, you're like, I'm in hell now. This is purgatory. I'm reliving the same thing.
they're like, wow, good job. You become a demon now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what do you get promoted?
Yeah, to demon. You're the torturer now.
Ooh, I would love it. But although my torture would be weird, I think what would be your number one go-to torture? If you were a demon running hell, and it isn't like make them relive their thing, like physical torture. Have you ever seen the show? There's a show called Preacher. Have you ever seen that? So in there they depict hell or whatever, and like Hitler gets like pineapple shoved up his ass or whatever. Like that's what I mean. Like what would be your go-to?
You can do anything to them, and you can just be like,
You can do absolutely anything.
just shy of dying or dying, and then you're just like,
Yeah,
you're
and
back
then
to life.
Right back. Yeah, yeah. What would be your go-to torture?
I don't know if I haven't thought about it, so I wouldn't know what to torture with.
Just off the top of the dome.
Hammer the kneecaps.
All right. I'll take it. I feel like that. Maybe hammer the kneecaps.
And then the elbows.
Ooh, and then the toes. No, I'm just kidding. It's getting real.
You just start
into it.
breaking each bone individually.
Yeah.
You get ideas once you're down there. And you'd have to switch it up, otherwise it gets boring.
I would do salt in the eyes, constantly, all day. You're just getting. You're like, oh, it's getting better. Right back in the eyes.
They just always close their eyes.
Yeah. Well, I'll remove your eyelids.
Got them.
I'd give everyone in hell alopecia.
We would make great demons.
I realize that giving everyone in hell alopecia isn't like torture, but it's embarrassing.
Somebody that already has it, and now like, well, this is unfortunate.
Well, I give them hair and then give them alopecia again.
Make them think that they beat it.
Yeah. Do you think there's like... Well, first of all, I don't think I ever asked. Do you believe in heaven and hell?
No.
All right. Well, then this question is going to be very important. Do you think there's like orgies in heaven?
If
No, right? Can't be. Maybe not even orgies, but do you think that,
I immediately contradicted myself because I was like, yeah, like if this is what truly makes you happy, then yes. But also,
if that makes you happy, then you're going to hell.
yeah, also it's not allowed.
Okay, well, when you get married, they say till death do us part. So when you die, you're no longer married.
Wait, is this to imply then that you can't have sex with anyone unless you're married?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many loopholes, right, to get into heaven. But let's say you get in there. You were married. You died. Till death do us part. Now I'm in heaven. Am I allowed to find like a heaven boo?
Yeah, just get married.
No, dude, that's for eternity. Eternity is for a fucking long time. And that bitch ain't gonna die. Dan, maybe we should go to hell. I also don't think hell is like if hell is a thing, it doesn't make sense to me that you'd be getting tortured. Like it just doesn't. That part just doesn't make sense to me, right? Because the story is Lucifer rebelled from heaven, did a whole thing. He was cast out, sent to hell to rule over it. But why would he you guys would be like, you're like his boy. Like, fuck yeah, this guy's fucking doing bad shit. I understand Lucifer was an angel and maybe isn't like all for murderers and rapists and stuff. But like, if you just did some bad shit, like, you know, cheated on your taxes.
You were a fucking saint your whole life, but you just never got baptized.
Yeah. I don't think he'd fuck with you. I think he'd just be like, dude, just go fucking chill over there.
For eternity.
And if you're like Charlie Sheen, he's probably like, dude, let's rip a couple lines.
Well, I'm going to give you some horns and wings.
Yeah. Like, the whole, like Dante's Inferno, have you read that? It's like the 7 layers of hell.
I can't read.
Oh, I can't either. But someone told me about it.
Dante.
Yeah, Dante told me about it. It just doesn't. I don't think that you'd be fucked with. Not you specifically. You'd get fucked with, but I mean in general. I think there's layers to it, like an onion.
Well, this makes it a lot easier that I don't believe in any aspect of it.
How crazy would it be if you don't believe in it and then you die and you go to heaven?
I'd be like, wow, now I believe.
Well, yeah. You'd be like, well, I believe it now. But then wouldn't you be like, how the fuck did I get here, though? Like, I didn't believe in you. How did I get here? You know what we need?
No, we wouldn't go to heaven.
We need a priest to be a guest on the podcast. Not in person because he touches, but like maybe through Skype or something would be cool.
Starts like blowing up the chat with nudes.
He's like, all right, we end the interview, and then he thinks he closed it out, but he just minimized so we can still see him, and he just lifts up the. God, I'm going to hell. All right, we need to get off.
Let's get out of here before you start picturing old preacher man's wieners.
All right, bye.